Happy Wednesday, folks. Today is Mental Wellness Wednesday, and before I get into the message of this video, I want to give this real quick disclaimer just for clarifying and clarity purposes that I got love for every community. I got love for folks of all different backgrounds, races, nationalities, ethnicities, orientations, whatever the case may be. I don't discriminate. That's what the H&R is all about. Live your life and love the life you live, regardless of anything. You see what I'm saying? So definitely, any message that I share is for everybody from all type of backgrounds. But when you hear me say things specifically in my videos where I might single out like black men or the black community, it's because, in my opinion, I don't feel like there's enough black men of influence, like with true influence, speaking directly, like speaking life, speaking hope, speaking just sense into black men directly, like one-on-one, like just me and you speaking. I don't feel like it's enough black men of influence, in my opinion, that's really doing this. So as a part of my mission, I want to be the change that I want to see in the world in multiple areas. It's not just with the fluid community. And I do believe that having more black men to do this is a part of the healing that I believe that our community needs. So yeah, my messaging when I make these videos, it's for everybody. I got love for everybody. But if you do hear me single out black, this is for black, like when I'm speaking in my messaging to black men or whatever the case may be, that don't mean that the whole message is just for black men. It just means that's a moment that I'm taking to speak to my people. You see what I'm saying? So with that said, let me get into this message. I gotta figure out how to start it. All right, so I know people hear all the time that how do I want to start this damn message? I swear to God, before I started recording this video, I had the perfect thing to say in my mind. I hate how that works every time I turn this camera on, but sometimes people just need their feelings validated. And again, this is a Mental Wellness Wednesday video, so this is about mental health, folks. Sometimes, like I see videos with coaches and a bunch of folks just like telling people in disenfranchised communities with less opportunities to just basically suck it up. Like, suck it up. You are your only chance. You gotta pull yourself together and get out here and just make something happen for yourself, right? But sometimes, for people's own sanity and for people's own mental health, sometimes you just need your own feelings validated. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I want to do in this video. I want to validate that life is not fair. Life is not fair. And there are people who get born into a lot more opportunity than other people. Yes, this world is not fair. It's not fair. And there are a lot of born into situations and circumstances that are very difficult to overcome and to make something of yourself. And there's a lot of people who are born into situations where it is a lot easier. Um, Whether that be because you got the financial resources, or because you were born into a family that has a lot of connections, or I don't know, just like growing up around people who like are connected or whatever the case may be. Especially when you like me, when you just like damn near a loner for real, you just keep to yourself. You don't really mess with a lot of people like that. But at the end of the day, success is still possible. It's still possible for you to get up out that situation that you're in. And like I said, a big part of it, like with it, a big part of it, like I said, is figuring out what value you can bring to the world and start making content about it, putting yourself out there, making a difference, becoming valuable. When you become valuable, people will pay you. You will start gaining an audience, and you will start becoming successful doing that thing. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, when it all comes down to it, I would advise taking your destiny and your success into your own hands. And a lot of people probably don't know where to start. So, where should you start? I would say a lot of people, it's probably harder for people to, or if you find that you're having a hard time, let me put it like this. If you find that you're having a hard time discovering what route to take right now, like what you should be doing right now to start your journey towards success, it might be because you're looking at it as in, what do I want to do right now? Like, what is in my heart that I feel like I want to do right now, whatever the case may be. But you shouldn't be looking at it, or I can't tell you how you shouldn't be looking at it, but I would suggest that you look at it like this. Figure out what it is that you want to be doing 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Like, once you reach like the biggest success that you want for yourself, imagine, daydream about the life that you want to live, the job that you want to have, the places you want to live, the cars you want to drive, whatever that looks like the impact that you want to have, whatever that looks like. Envision that, and then once you have that vision in mind, work backwards from there. Figure out, okay, now I know that this is where I want to be 10 years from now. So what is the course that I need to take given my situation and given my circumstances that is gonna start me on the course to reaching the life that I know that I want, reaching the life that I know I want to have in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And once you have a plan like set, that will give you what it is that you should be doing today, given all the resources and everything that you have available to you today, to start working towards that thing. And it might look like a lot of folks, and this is another thing that a lot of folks do, and another way that a lot of people feel is like certain jobs that people say that they don't want to work. Like, oh, I don't want to work fast food, or I don't want to work at a grocery store, or I'm too good to work these places, or whatever the case may be. That's a poisonous way to think. That's a lack mindset way to think. You want to think abundance mindset. You want to think success mindset. You want to think, I'm going to do what it takes to build the life that I know I want for myself mindset. Don't ever feel like you above a job. A job is a means to an end. At the end of the day, a job don't define who you are. A job don't define your worth. A job is a means to an end to get you to the next place where you're trying to be, where you're trying to grow to. So understand that, especially right now, these days, any job is a blessing. And don't look at it so much as in, why am I working here? As much as, okay, well, what am I working for? What am I working towards? You see what I'm saying? If you got a bigger plan and a bigger vision for yourself, then damn what the job is that you're doing right now, because it don't define you, and it's not, at the end of the day, who you are. It's not who you're going to end up being. You see what I'm saying? You're just doing what you got to do right now, and that's what you got to do. This is the long road. I told y'all in the last video about damn, what was that video about? Anyway, if you are born into less opportunity, less money, like whatever the case may be, then you're gonna have to take the long road. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, yes, life is not fair. Some people are born with more opportunity than other people, but it's up to you at the end of the day. And you can look around at other people. Like, some people get on because of their connections and people that they know. But at the end of the day, to be honest, if somebody else end up putting you on or introducing you to a group, and you end up reaching success because you know of a connection that you knew, or somebody you know, 9 out of 10, that person is not going to want you to, first of all, get bigger than them in that group with that opportunity, or whatever the case may be. Don't, like, folks be wanting people to succeed, but folks don't be wanting to see people succeed more than them. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody else puts you on, then that's an obstacle that you're gonna have to overcome. So my thing always been, you have to work on becoming somebody that you can depend on. You got to work on becoming somebody that you can depend on. Become a person that you can depend on, because at the end of the day, you can look around and you can look at this person that put you on. You can blame that person for not giving you an opportunity, or whatever the case may be. But as you go around and you start looking at all these other folks and these people not coming through, at the end of the day, where does the ball stop? The ball gonna stop with you. So you need to become somebody that got your back, and not in a slimy way, because it's a lot of folks out here who cut corners, they do folks dirty, they always just looking out for their best interest, and they think that because you think just because you looking out for your own best interest, that you always the one that's going to end up, or that's ending up on top, or whatever the case may be. But really, you doing yourself a disservice, because as you doing these folks bad and you ending up on top, or whatever the case may be, you might be the one that like, you just looking out for yourself. Then you start to get a reputation as somebody that can't be trusted, somebody that's slimy, somebody that's a snake. So you may be getting the short-term wins, but in the long run, you really doing yourself a disservice, and you're really hurting yourself, because once you get that reputation, ain't nobody gonna want to give you no opportunities for success or towards success. So always just cutting corners and like just looking out for yourself, not being somebody that other people feel like they can depend on. Like, that may be getting you short-term wins, but really you doing yourself a disservice, and that's not the road to becoming somebody that even you can depend on. And becoming somebody let me go back to this real quick. Like, in terms of the jobs, if you feel embarrassed to work a certain job, or other people coming to you saying, oh, why you working this job, and why you doing that, why you doing this, or whatever the case may be, don't live for other people, bro. That's why I keep telling people, like, if you gonna be successful in this lifetime, it's gonna be because you pulled it together and you did what you had to do for you. And you tuned out all the noise and all, like, because at the end of the day, people, don't nobody have to live with your decisions but you. And the same people that's in your ear that might be saying this and might be saying that, or like judging what you got going on, or whatever the case may be, while you on your grind towards your success, those same people might be, they living with the consequences of their own decisions. You see what I'm saying? They might be in the same place 5 years, 10 years from now as you've been grinding, and now you own, and now everybody looking like, well, damn, bro, don't work there no more. Yeah, you damn right, because I knew what I was working for. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing this, like, I know what this is for at the end of the day. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Like, take control of your own success, man. Become somebody that you can depend on. And through becoming somebody that you can depend on, that will teach you to, like, as you start keeping your own promises to yourself and focusing on a vision of where you know that you want to be in life 5 years, 10 years from now, then gradually you start learning how to become dependable for other people. You see what I'm saying? Like, through learning how to become somebody that you can depend on, naturally you will start to learn, okay, the importance, first of all, of being somebody that people can trust. And you learn how to become a dependable person for other people, somebody that other people think about when it's time to, like, put up an opportunity, to give somebody an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So become somebody that you can depend on at the end of the day, and just through that, more opportunities will come your way. And that don't mean that every route that you decide to take is gonna work out. Some things might fail. And I said in another video that don't let failure discourage you, because failure is just par for the course. It's just what naturally happens before you win on your way to success. you're going to fail a lot. That's how you get your experience. That's how you get better. That's how once you do receive that blessing and you are walking in a purpose, that's how you know how to walk that purpose out. And you untouchable with it, unshakable with it. Because you done had all the failures. You done had all the experiences. You see what I'm saying? So understand that you will fail. Like, every job might not be the one that's gonna get you to that next, or like get you to reach. You might have to just try different things. You see what I'm saying? Put yourself out there. Find a job that works for you for right now, and to get you to the next level of in the route to, or on the course to, where it is that you know you're trying to get to. Just understand that if you grinding and you hustling and you getting to it and you making your way, and if you end up failing in one thing and you got to change course, then that's just more experience. Like I said, all of this at the end of the day is working together for that moment that once you do, like once it is finally time for you to step into your purpose and to walk out your calling and to experience all the success and everything that come with it, everything that you're going through right now, through the jobs, through the people, like what they saying, through the everything that you learning and holding, like keeping in, like just take everything as a mental lesson. It ain't an L if it's not a loss if you turn it into a lesson. Turn everything into a lesson. And once it is time, like I said, once that success do come and you walking out that purpose, then you unshakable, man, cause you took the long route. Cause you ain't wait for nobody to give you no handouts, and you own your success. And that's another thing about like depending on other folks and cutting corners and just looking out for yourself and like doing things the grimy way, trying to come up and trying to get on. Like, you can get money, like you can get to some money that way, but you're not gonna own your success. You're not gonna be truly free. That's like when folks do that and they take that route, that's how folks end up selling their soul at the end of the day. Which leads me into this last point that I want to make in this message. Lock in with God. Make God a part of your walk, man. There's so much like wisdom and just game, like real game, in the Bible, and just in getting in relationship with God, that will give you structure on your road to success and to becoming successful. And just make you accountable, man. Google integrity. Google accountability. Like things like this, man, to make you somebody that you can depend on. And ultimately, just by becoming somebody you can depend on, becoming somebody that other people can depend on. And like I said, that comes into getting into relationship with God. You feel me? And lock in, man. That's how you become successful, to where you truly own your success, and to where you don't owe nobody nothing, and you haven't sold your soul because you did things the right way. All right, man. So, quick review before I get up off of this. I just wanted to validate anybody who might need to hear this validation, regardless of your background, regardless of any of that. You see what I'm saying? Yes, life is not fair. There are people who are born into more opportunity than other people. But it's our responsibility to determine or to figure out, okay, these are the cards that I was dealt. Am I going to allow that to make me a victim? Or am I going to allow that to motivate me to be the one to take control of my life and to be the one to become somebody that I can depend on, and somebody who, when an opportunity for true success comes my way, to become the person who is ready, or who took the long road and who worked all the jobs and who gained all the experience and who did all the things to be ready for this moment that's in my face right now, instead of just finding out who I can connect with and who know who and who can put me on. Nah, it ain't about that. It's about what can you do for you to make your success happen. And I'm giving y'all the blueprint. Figure out what it is that you offer to the world. Put content out. Make yourself valuable so that people pay you to be you. And whatever job you got to work on the way, whatever lessons you got to learn on the way, however many times you got to fail along the way, however many times you win along the way, it's all just a part of the journey, man. You got to fall in love with the process of getting to success. You got to fall in love with the process. It ain't easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would be successful. But you got, like I said, you got to figure out what you want to do. Do you want to be successful, or do you want to be a victim of your circumstances? Do you wake up every day and say, listen, man, are you mad because life ain't fair? And because certain people are born into better opportunities, do you make that your excuse? Oh, they got better opportunities, or oh, they know such and such. Or do you say, okay, you know what? I may not have the same opportunities. I may not know such and such, but I know me. I know me. And I know that I'm just as capable of reaching that same success as anybody else is. I might have to go work this little knockoff job right now, but it's all good because I understand that it ain't about where I'm working at. It's about what I'm working for. You see what I'm saying? And anybody that don't have your vision, that can't see what you see, that just got opinions or whatever the case may be, that's not on you. Focus on you. Become somebody that you can depend on, because you can't depend on them. At the end of the day, the ball stops with us. It stops with you. You can't look at other people as to why you didn't become successful. At the end of the day, become somebody that you can depend on. But yes, I do validate your, like, yes, it's hard out here. It's wild out here. And it's not fair out here. But you too can make it. You can make it too. You just got to lock in. Got to lock in on yourself. Lock in with God. Learn how to do things the right way. Stop cutting corners. Stop just looking out for yourself, because at the end of the day, you might be getting the short-term win, but you messing up your own reputation in the long run, and that's not the way that you gonna get real opportunities in the long run. So do things the right way, man. Don't cut corners, and once you do reach that success, you gonna own it. You're not selling your soul, cutting corners, and taking advantage, and just looking out for self. As long as you doing things the right way, man, by the time your success come, it's gonna be yours. It's gonna be yours to own, free and clear. You're not gonna have to answer to nobody. You see what I'm saying? You're just gonna be free to live the rest of your life, man. How you want to live it, on your terms, because you took the long route. That's one of the benefits of taking the long road. You take the short road, you take the shortcuts, you're going to owe folks. You have to answer to folks. But you take that long road, you become somebody you could depend on, and you create your own success from scratch. You free and clear, man. Anyway, this been going kind of long. Man, y'all be safe today. Stay out the way. Take everything one step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on finding yourself and finding your purpose. I love you, King V, H&R.